What's up, man? What's up? What's funny?
This man got the UConn hat, the UConn shirt. What was it, a celebration?
You already know, man. Hey, we top 15 in the poll, so we had to rock out, show love. You know we on. You know what side we on. But yeah, man.
The best UConn player on both teams is hurt right now.
Yeah, I know, but I don't mean that we don't rep. But yeah, man. Shout out to Paige. I know it's tough times, tough injury.
Yeah.
When I saw the video, yeah, facts. Especially too, she just got the cover too, slam cover. But yeah, when I saw the video of it, I was like, damn. But that just that's a sign though. I feel like, and I hate to be the one that says it, but like the importance of getting your bag while you can get the bag. Because you just got that deal or whatever, like right before it happened.
StockX, yep.
Yeah, and everything like that. So Gatorade too. And so it's like, I think when we talk about in the bigger picture of things, like, how people, used to debate the whole, should a high schooler, go to the league or whatnot. It's like, anytime I feel when you can get the bag, like you don't know what the hell's, secure. You don't know. Yeah, it's always like some of these young guys too, man. Like you want to, gamble and risk. I ain't mad at it, but hey, man, don't nobody know what's going to happen tomorrow. And sometimes it works out. You know what I'm saying? But get the bag. Get that money. Get that money.
Get that bag, especially if you don't live up to them expectations. Look at my boy Bates right now. Like Bates should be with Memphis. He should be a senior right now in high school. Mm-hmm. But he's playing right now with the Memphis, Tigers. And it's kind of like he's been very inconsistent up and down. He has a whole nother like year before he's eligible to go to the NBA draft. And it's just kind of like people are like, well, he should stay in college for 2 years. I'm like, listen,
hey man,
go play in the G League and get that bag.
It's so funny to hear people say like what others should do when it comes to money. Like, oh yeah, turn down this amount of money just to stay in college. And hey man,
play 2 years in college for free.
You see that number? Okay, well you need to play. It's that simple. It really is that simple. But yeah, we decked out in UConn gear today for obvious reasons. Shout out to my Huskies, top 15 in the poll. But yeah, going off last episode, man. Obviously we talked heavy about the Cavs and Collin Sexton, but I saw an interesting take or opinion. I want to hear your thoughts on it too. Collin Sexton, right? For Brandon Ingram, whether that be straight up or another player be tossed in the deal as well. But how do you feel about that? And I don't think it would be like just a 1-for-1 swap. But how would you feel about the fit between those? No, I mean, think about it, because you said before how the Cavs could use that wing, a wing, and at the same time the Pelicans, they just got rid of Alonzo, and I know Collin is more of a scoring guard, but it almost as if like what?
No,
it's crazy no to the trade. You're saying
no to the trade. It's crazy because New Orleans Pelicans could have had one of their guards. They could have had DG.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Lonzo still.
No, they could have. Yeah, of course they could have kept Lonzo, but they could have had DG. They picked to go back in the draft to get Hayes, a center. They could have had DG, Ingram, Zion Williamson. Oh God. Oh my goodness! Right now, it would be insane.
We gotta make mistakes,
but some franchises more than others. But hell no.
Why hell no?
Because Brandon Ingram is on a different level than Collin Sexton. Collin Sexton is a great player, but it's levels. They're both young talents, but it's levels. One is a 6'9", can do everything, score at 3 levels, play defense. Like it's serious. Brandon Ingram is serious. I think a better trade, if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, if you're thinking about trading Collin Sexton, who they should go after, and a whole lot of teams should go after this player. Pascal Siakam. Free Pascal. Pascal would be the perfect fit on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Pascal would be the perfect fit on the Portland Trailblazers, the Utah Jazz. He would be the perfect fit for a lot of contending teams. He would be the missing piece for a lot of contending teams, in my opinion. He's that good.
Okay, well, I can't say free Pascal when he just got a chip like 2 years ago. When I hear the word free, I think they've been in some terrible times for a very long time. Pascal doesn't want a chip, so
and he's young.
Yeah,
so. But their fans aren't really as high on Pascal for whatever reason, because like I guess after that championship and after kind of like Kyle Lowry left and stuff like that, like he was seen to be this number one option, this number one go-to guy. And he's clearly not that. But a number 2 or number 3, when we see Pascal as a number 2 or number 3 on most nights, they won a championship. You know, so imagine him as a number 3 right now, or number 2 with the Utah Jazz. They get a whole lot better. Imagine them with Dame, CJ, and you got Pascal at the 3. They get a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of teams that he would be the perfect addition to, perfect fit. So if the Cleveland Cavaliers could do something like that, that would make more sense. But definitely they're not getting Brandon Ingram.
I like that going to Utah. I think that gives them another score that they can put next to Donovan. But then again, obviously when we have these type of scenarios, the next question is, well, who do you give up? Obviously Spada and Rudy are off the table. But then going from there, it's like, all right, can you really get him to come in and be that third option, or the third guy that you feel like you're building around?
Second option to playoff time.
Right. Third option that you're building around. That's why in terms of scoring wise, obviously he'd be number 2. But I mean, because it's almost like the Jazz are like a missing piece away from winning the title, or at least in terms of overall respect. And maybe if they do add Pascal, who knows? Maybe I don't know if the disrespect will stop. Just I don't know if it's a Utah thing or just a lack of overall superstar thing or what. But it would definitely help their chances of winning.
In the postseason, I like Jordan Clarkson a lot, but we've talked about this. Jordan Clarkson can be your second best player on a championship caliber team. Come the postseason,
I would say second best scorer. But yes, either way,
second best scorer. Well, when it comes down to it, like you need to score, you need to put the ball in the hoop to win games.
These are facts.
And Donovan Mitchell is the only one that's really doing that when the game gets really tight. Mike Conley's older now, and then they kind of relied on. If you look at last year, they relied on Jordan Clarkson. Like Rudy Gobert is their second best player, but it's just kind of like you're not calling plays in the post for Rudy Gobert to go get you a bucket. If you are, you're losing. You're losing like last year, like they lost to the Clippers. And they lost to the Clippers without Kawhi. That's what I'm saying. Paul George beat them boys by himself. Damn near.
Paul George is a very bad man. Yeah, I mean, shout out to both teams in LA though. I know obviously
top 10 player in the game right now.
I'm not mad at it. Obviously Staples Center going with the name change and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Paul George definitely deserves his respect. Playing alongside Kawhi, but even when Kawhi went down, he still got active in the playoffs. So
the real Paul George came out.
There you go. I mean, it's okay to remind people. Yeah. It's okay to remind people who the hell you are. I mean, and Paul George had to do that.
He had to remind folks like, yo, I'm still Paul George. So, but Pascal, the Cleveland Cavaliers, no, definitely not Brandon Ingram. Pascal, I think Pascal's available. I think a lot of teams can get Pascal. If you're the Philadelphia Sixers.
Wait. I don't want to do any Sixers talk just yet. Because we that gotta build up. That's the entree of this episode. That's the entree of this episode. That's the entree. You already know that's gonna happen. But yeah.
I want to jump into it.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to think too if there's any other teams that I feel like he could fit well with. So if you had to choose one to like build a franchise around, Pascal or Collin, because you said maybe that could be a fit for the Cavs, right?
Yeah.
So would you do that straight up, Collin for Pascal straight up?
If you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, hell yeah.
All right. I need you to stop disrespecting Collin Sexton.
I get on
the BI thing, but Collin Sexton's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's good. He's pretty good. But it's just kind of like, is Collin Sexton better than Fred VanVleet? You see why I'm asking that question? That's what I'm saying. I can ask that question. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, he was putting up like what 24 like before. I mean, like that's not like.
No, of course
it's not easy.
Of course, but when he was had his usage very high, Cleveland Cavaliers wasn't really like winning games. That's what they're gonna say. People are gonna point to the analytics and stuff. I don't really care about that, but that's what people are gonna do. So it's just kind of like for a winning situation, to build a winning team, he's not the guy based on what's so far early on in his career that you want to say, yo, we're going to let him run the show.
That sucks, man. I feel like that low-key sounds similar to Kyrie's situation early in his career with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
But he's not Kyrie, though.
Right, I'm just saying, in situation-wise, like you're putting up numbers and whatnot, but you're not winning games. I hate the team situation because I'm always I pointed out for Zach LaVine. That's why I'm so happy. Every time the Bulls win, it's just like just a check off my list because I remember when folks were talking about Zach LaVine was just a stat chaser, just like Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying? Just like Trae Young. So I remember all these things. But for Collin Sexton, it's kind of like watching his game and the eye test. He's a dog. He does a lot of good things, but he doesn't do anything really over the top. You know what I'm saying? But he's a dog. He's a two-way player. He's a perfect player that you would want to have on your team, but as a second or third option, not as the leading ball distributor, scorer, and all that for your team. That's just how I see things. I'm fine with that, especially with the league we're in today. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys that are meant to be a number one option on a championship team. But I mean, there's only 10 guys are probably in the league that I feel could be the best player on a championship team. And I think just because he might not fit in that category doesn't mean that I would ship him away, if you will, if I were Cleveland. Again, go ahead.
No, but the thing is, okay, take away the first option on a championship caliber team. What about the second or third? Because that's what we're talking about. Let's talk about that. Could Collin Sexton be the second best option on a championship caliber team? I'm going to say no. Could he be the third best option on a championship caliber team?
Third, yes.
I would say
third, yes.
Probably so. Maybe.
Third, I won't even say absolutely, but third, depending on who you partner him with, yes. Second, it depends on who the first player is and who the third star is. That would be tough. I think it would take amazing performances from let's say LeBron or KD or Giannis, whoever the number one star is. But third, absolutely. I mean, there's no way a guy who's averaging 24 or whatever is your third option and you can't win a championship.
He wouldn't be averaging 24 if he was.
Well, right, but I'm saying though, but the ability, because some guys can't average 24 even as a number one option. No. Right. So if you have the ability to do that, regardless of your situation, some tells me that if you end up being a third option, even though your numbers might change, the talent itself is still there.
I think certain guys, he makes a lot of teams better. Like you put Collin Sexton on the New York Knicks, he's going to make them better. You put him, I can't think of a lot of teams, but you put him on some teams, or you put him on Orlando Magic, he's going to make them better. He'll be the best guard down there easily. You put Collin Sexton on the San Antonio Spurs, he probably makes them better. So it's just it's a lot of teams that you put him on, he will make them better. But for us, you're Collin Sexton for Pascal, DG. You got DG, Ricky Rubio, Pascal Siakam, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley. That's tough.
It's an interesting situation though, because even if you were the Raptors or the Cavs, you have to remember obviously with Collin's contract situation is do you even really pull the trigger on a trade like that if you're the Raptors? Would you really give up Pascal if you're getting Collin for a couple of months? Pascal, I think Collin's gonna get his money.
They got his bird rights. Collin will have to sign there.
Right. But I'm saying though that's a huge factor in all of this. It's not just a simple. All right, we're gonna trade him and get this guy.
Of course,
of course. It's gonna have to work out. But I hope Broadman gets his money.
Of course. I'm just saying, Pascal. Let me tell you something. The Boston Celtics should be calling. They should be trying to get rid of Marcus Smart, a couple other players for Pascal.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
It should happen. It will make them. It'll be an all-time robbery if you're Brad Stevens. It's some teams. Another player I'm not going to say this player yet, but Pascal, there's a lot of teams that can use Pascal. Even the Golden State Warriors, as great as the Golden State Warriors are, they can use Pascal Siakam. As great as the Phoenix Suns are, Pascal would be swap him for Jay Crowder and probably, let's say, first round pick, maybe another player here and there. I'm probably not thinking Cam Johnson. Maybe you throw in, what's his name? Their backup point guard, I forgot. Payne and a couple first round picks. Your team, I get it. Your team, you have a championship caliber team already, but you get a little better, I think.
Okay, I think on paper you get a little better, but I mean, as you know, as a hooper, I personally wouldn't even want to touch that chemistry. I mean, this is a team that just went to the NBA Finals, 2 games away from winning the whole thing, and then on top of that, this is also a team that just won 18 games in a row. So I wouldn't even be looking to obviously, you never can feel comfortable until you win the whole thing. But at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right?
That's true.
You ain't that far from a championship, and Pascal, even as good as he is, he ain't Kevin Durant, and it ain't if we can get him, we definitely got to do it kind of thing.
No, I'm just saying, but you can get him easier. You can get other higher tier superstars, higher tier players. That's all I'm saying. But it's a reason why that sounds good. Like regular season, like we talk about, what the Warriors gonna do in the playoffs, what the Phoenix Suns gonna do in the playoffs, stuff like that. It's a reason why the Lakers have been staking it up, and me and you are like, they're gonna be all right because they got talent. So anytime you can get more talent and acquire more talent, it's just kind of like, I will take that gamble of messing up that chemistry if I know it betters my chances to actually win a championship. Maybe not this season, or maybe in the future, depending on what your window is. But it's just the more talented players that you have, the better your chances are. I'm always going to lean towards having more talented on my roster, talented players. We'll figure this shit out, and then not having or shine away from talented players because we got a good chemistry. That chemistry can only go so far. The Knicks had chemistry coming in this year. They got a couple pieces. They got your boy for the UConn. That didn't work. So it's just kind of they had chemistry and they got a couple new additions. Everybody's like, yo, a New York Knicks can be a real good team in Eastern Conference. Now they're looking like, yo.
But if anything, that proves my point even more. Is because they had chemistry and they added guys that they felt were more talented, and now look at them. So if anything, that's more of a statement of keeping the chemistry the way it is.
Well, they got. I think the Knicks got better.
Talent. That's what I'm saying. Talent wise, on paper, but chemistry wise,
I want to look at that talent. I want to look at adding Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier is a good fit for the New York Knicks. They just defensively, and then Kemba Walker. I didn't look at that as a big time. It was a great addition, but when you already had 2 small guards that could do the same thing, it wasn't like the Knicks require a Pascal. You know what I'm saying? They didn't require nobody that's they got Kemba, but we know what Kemba was dealing with coming to the Knicks. It was okay, what's gonna happen with Kemba? We got to see and stuff like that. But at the same time, it was just they had Derrick Rose, they had Emmanuel quickly, so it was just kind of they had guards that was basically can do what he does. So when I'm talking about talent, I'm talking about acquiring a player where a Pascal Siakam or a Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant will fit a lot of contending teams right now. A lot of contending teams that can use a Jeremy Grant as well.
Well, all right, so the last part of what you said too, that's one thing I would think about. What exactly does the team need? What do you think the Suns are lacking? Right. So obviously Pascal is a talented player and he would be a great addition for the team. But if he's good at something that they don't really need.
Yeah, I was just using the Suns for example. You could put Pascal in a situation. I wouldn't touch the Suns. I wouldn't touch the Warriors really. I'm just saying, but they could use him if they got him for if you got to trade some of your young players and you get Pascal Siakam in return, it's just cool. You figure out because you can go small ball, you can go Draymond at the 5, Pascal at the 4, you can throw Clay at the 3, Wiggins at the 2, and then you can go Steph Curry at the 1. That's scary. You got 4 players other than Steph and Curry that can switch everything. That's what I'm talking about. You get they would be serious, you know what I'm saying, if they did that. But it's other teams. It's other teams you don't want to mention them, but the Sixers, All
right, we can get into it now.
The Sixers can use Pascal Siakam. Why not?
I'm not mad at it.
Two teams has got some things going on right now. The Sixers and the Blazers both can use Pascal Siakam.
Let's do it.
What's going on? Go ahead.
Let's do it because I've been waiting.
You talk about what's going on, but both can use them. So
all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
I think Pascal deserves he deserves a post. Personally, I think
I'm not mad at it. I'm not opposed. I'm not mad at it.
He deserves some love.
But it may not happen before you mention this other name, though. Mr. Ben Simmons. Hello. The talks are out. What Dame possibly, liking the idea of Ben Simmons to the Trailblazers? I'm not mad at it. I'll tell you what, though. I am happy as hell it's happening. I am happy as hell that Dame is being vocal about wanting another talented player to his team. I am happy as hell.
Is he?
What do you mean? Is he saying that? Is that what your question?
Because like the report has came out, and then he's all like, "There's so much drama and stuff like that." I don't really like.
I'll say it for you, Dame. Fine, you don't want to say it publicly. Fine, I get it. That's your job. You know what I'm saying? You want to be loyal to that. I'll say it. Get Dame some damn help. I don't give a shit if it's Ben Simmons. Okay, cool. Okay, the Portland's defense is bananas, and if you can add Ben Simmons, let's get it going. He doesn't have to say it, but I will. If Ben Simmons can go to the Portland Trailblazers, let's go. Please. Okay? They need defense. Ben Simmons is a great defensive player. I don't see what the delay is. Now, obviously, the trade package is a question, but I don't see why there would be an issue with Ben Simmons going to the Portland Trailblazers. If they can keep CJ McCollum too,
they're not keeping CJ. But
right.
But to be honest, it's kind of like I'm gonna be real with you. The Portland Trailblazers should want to trade Damian Lillard. I'll keep it a stack. Like this may sound uncomfortable, but you get Ben Simmons back, you have Dame and Ben playing team. Maybe max out as a 6 seed. What does that do? Oh, Dame, you want some help? You got Ben Simmons. All right, what does that do? What does that do? What is that? You're doing the same stuff that you've done with CJ. You're not getting any like that much drastically better. Like I think Ben Simmons is a better player than CJ McCollum. Cool. All right, whatever. But it's just like winning-wise, you're not getting much better with a duel of Dame and Ben Simmons. They'll max out as a 6 seed. So if you're the Portland Trailblazers, I'm looking at this situation like, yo, who we gonna get more for? Giving up CJ or giving up Dame? Dame has a high contract. Dame is on, he's still in his prime, but he's entering his mid-30s. It's coming sooner rather than later. So it's just kind of like, let's give up Dame and get Ben back and then get several draft picks and let's really just redo this thing. Let's build around Ben Simmons. That's how I'm looking at it. And keep CJ. Because what are you doing? The max to keep doing what you've been doing with Dame? Maxing out as a 6 seed? Maxing out as maybe a play-in team? Like maybe get a 5th seed? What? Like it's the same exact thing. So it's just like everybody's talking about Damian Lillard, get Dame some help, but it's just like you're not doing nothing. You're doing the exact same thing with a different player.
Yeah, but it's exciting. Maybe it's exciting. And it gives us a chance to watch Ben Simmons play basketball. But I would say this though, even with that though, I think if they can manage to keep CJ, right? And let's say they can, right? I don't think that'll happen. I think if the Sixers somehow accept a trade where CJ McCollum is not included, have mercy. Okay. But if they can keep CJ, right? And now you got a core of Dame, CJ, and Ben Simmons. What does that do for the Portland Trailblazers?
It makes them a lot more dangerous. Makes them a legitimate contender. That's what I would say.
Can they win it? Well, none of this is happening. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
can they win the chip? Can they win the chip?
I don't know, but it betters their chances. I don't know. But at the same time, it's just kind of like if you're the Philadelphia Sixers, it's just like you don't even need CJ McCollum. It's just like both the Portland, put it like this. The Portland, check this out. I'm going to say what I said. The reason why they don't need CJ McCollum because like the Portland Trailblazers should want to get rid of Dame and the Sixers should want to acquire Damian Lillard. That's the only thing that would make both these situations interesting because like I said, you're going to max out as a 6 seed with Ben Simmons if that's what you get with Dame and you give up CJ McCollum. But the Sixers don't even need CJ McCollum because they have Tyrese Maxey. Like they have Tyrese. Like Tyrese is a young stud. He's averaging 18 points per game this year. He's here. This is his second season. Like they have Tyrese. So it's just like, yeah, you could get CJ McCollum, but it's just kind of like you basically got Tyrese kind of develop into that CJ McCollum combo guard role already. So it's just kind of like maybe you just hold on to Ben Simmons and kind of like figure out, okay, like if we can't get Dame, let's hold on to Ben Simmons and see if we can get another player. Because right now, if you're just getting CJ McCollum,
You really don't need CJ McCollum because you have Tyrese Maxey already. So that's why I say the Portland Trailblazers should want to get rid of Dame, and the Philadelphia Sixers should want to acquire Dame. Because, like, if that's not the deal, it probably won't get done because it's just like Ben Simmons wanted to play and Dame wanted to play together to max out as a 6 seed, and the CJ McCollum coming to Philadelphia, it does nothing for the Sixers really because, like I said, they already got a young combo guard who's a stud in Tyrese Maxey. So it's just like it makes no sense either way. Unless the Sixers getting Dame.
Okay, so that's what I want to make sure we were clear on. It doesn't make sense either way.
Either way.
Because if you team up Ben and Dame, you're saying, okay, what's going to happen here? We get 5th, 6th seed maybe? And then on the flip side, if the Sixers get CJ, you already got a player that's similar or could be on the same trajectory as CJ, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
I think ultimately what they're trying to do is, if I had to guess, is be teammates. But I think CJ is an X factor here, though. Like if Portland can manage to somehow keep CJ, things might be shifting in Portland. I'm just saying. I don't know to what.
They have the Portland Trailblazers will have a better chance of going after and trying to get Jeremy Grant or Pascal Siakam and keeping CJ than trying to get Ben. Because it's just like, that makes more sense, I think. That's more realistic. I think you go out and try to get a player like Jeremy Grant and Pascal Siakam, regardless of who you think is better. Ben Simmons is probably better than both of those guys, but Pascal Siakam's a champion. He's the perfect fit for the Blazers. I would go try to do that to see how we can like maybe trade some draft picks, maybe, get rid of Simmons. It's just kind of like, and that's kind of what, and that's the reason why I think that Portland Trailblazers are more interested of requiring Ben Simmons than the Sixers should be trying to ship Ben Simmons to Portland, because this is what the Portland Trailblazers are looking at. They're like, okay, we got a Simmons on our team who has shown flashes of basically can be like CJ McCollum's replacement. So we can let him start, and if we get rid of CJ and then we get Ben over, and then now we got Simmons playing that combo guard, basically what CJ McCollum was doing, and then we got Dame, and then we got Ben Simmons. It's kind of like, let's see what we do now. But at the same time, it's just kind of like Simmons I like him. He's a nice player. I think he probably can be a starter in the NBA someday, but it's just like, it's still a what if. You know what I'm saying? It's like, go after and try to, you know what CJ is about. You know what Dame is about. Go try to get Jeremy Grant, or go try to get Pascal, like, and keep CJ, and then go.
But even then, I don't even know if I'm the Raptors or Pistons or whoever, do I even accept that? If
draft picks, they're trying to acquire draft picks. If you come with draft picks, they don't.
they're gonna pick up the phone. You got draft picks? Shit.
Yeah, they tanking. Both them teams. They trying to get draft picks. So that's what I'm saying. You call that phone, you get some draft picks. Like, yo, we gonna give you 2 first round draft picks for Jeremy Grant. Detroit picking up that phone in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but he just left Denver. I mean, I get it. I mean, you just got K, so now the plans to build around him. But damn,
that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, Pascal too. Pick up 2 draft picks.
Yeah, but he been there. But
yeah, I'm just saying though, bro. It's just kind of like they got Scotty Barnes. Like, that's who they building around right now. Who they about to build around their future? Pascal, Scotty Barnes.
I think it should be both. If you can, both. Pascal not 35. I mean,
no, he's like 26, 27. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Good. Yeah, but no, they not building around Pascal. They're gonna start building around Barnes soon.
Yeah, sooner rather than later. And I mean, you mentioned tanking. I just want a quick shout out to the Houston Rockets. They was on a little winning streak recently, so I know they started off the season kind of rocky, kind of shaky, but it looks like they were against
the Rockets started off rocky.
Hey, I'm not lying. Yeah. It was getting real spooky in Houston, but they cleaned it up a little bit. It's about time, but yeah, man. Back to Pascal. Listen, I think if you can do it, get Pascal in a different situation, or even Ben for that matter. You know what? Crazy. Who knows? We might see a 3-team trade.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah,
it might be a 3-team trade. You throw in Toronto in there, or you throw in Detroit, or someone who really, like you said, wants those draft picks.
Yeah,
it might get active.
Yeah, but I'm not moved by the Portland Trailblazers. I'm not moved with Dame wanting to play with Ben Simmons. I'm not moved. I think what Damian Lillard is looking at the situation with Curry and Draymond and understanding like, yo, a lot of people say that Ben Simmons is a more athletic version of Draymond. So he's like, yo, if I can try to like formulate that duo in Portland, have some success with a more athletic version of Draymond to some people's eyes with Ben Simmons, that can be something very special. But that's when we had to start talking about, okay, you get Ben Simmons, but what are the other pieces around you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to, because Portland ain't got no Clay. You know, they ain't got no Jordan. They ain't got no Andrew Wiggins, who deserves his respect. Two-way guard in this league, can get after the defensively, also can put the ball. They ain't got none of that. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. The Portland Trailblazers. Well, I'll tell you, it's nasty. Dame, get out. Just get out.
Yeah. Get out.
Just get out.
Get out.
Just get out. Just get out. Like, I get it, what he wants to do. Like, he wants to give himself the best opportunity to win. But you saying like, oh, Ben Simmons coming along, you're not giving yourself the best opportunity to win. The best opportunity is you saying like, yo, I wouldn't mind playing with Ben Simmons, but I would much rather play with Joel Embiid. Like, the Sixers are ready. You go play. You got Tobias Harris. You got Tyrese Maxey. You got Joel Embiid. Like, they're giving up Ben Simmons and draft picks probably to acquire. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. That's a championship team in Philly.
Man, you're telling me, yo, just think, man. Just think. I know you want to be loyal. Just think.
Like, think.
You play with Joel Embiid.
Crazy.
You play with Joel Embiid, who I think that would be a great duo to play with one another.
Perfect. Inside-outside combination.
Exactly. I think Ben Simmons going to the Trailblazers, obviously, you know, the talent perspective is there, but that's all it would be. It would just be an addition of talent. But Dame to the Sixers, I think that works. I think like you got like the best big man in the league with one of the top point guards in the league or top guards in the league. So it's like, yo, you can get busy in Philly. Like you might get a chip.
You got a small forward, power forward, hybrid, whatever you want to call them. And Tobias Harris, I can play, can score. Like,
and you get the hell up out the Western Conference.
Yeah.
And you don't got to play LeBron no more. And you don't got to play the Warriors no damn more. And you don't got to play the Jokic no damn more. So, you know, you might, you know, just think about
you take
the city of brotherly love, you know.
You take your chance. You got a better chance of winning a championship playing with Joel and the crew in Philly than having Ben Simmons come to you know, Portland.
And then you got to think about who's in win now mode. You know, like who's in like, all right, hey, Ben Simmons is talented, obviously, and Joel's talented, obviously, but who, like, we trying to win championship this year.
Right now.
Right? Like, and I ain't no, let's wait like 2 years, see how it develops. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and Dame, you're getting older. Like, what is he? I don't know. I just don't, that's what Dame is too, it just seems like, and I don't know Dame, so it's just like, but on the outside looking in, it just seems like Dame is just like, he's too wishy-washy. Like, he wants to be loyal, and he wants to stay with Portland Trailblazers. But then, like, all these leaks keep coming out. Came out in the summer. Now it's more leaks coming out now about him wanting to, and them they wanting to team up or whatever. He's saying it's drama and stuff like that. At some point, you got to have some conviction. You got to stand on like, yo, I'm staying. Trade me. Until it gets to that point, it's like you don't know what's really going to happen with the Portland Trailblazers, and that's probably why the organization is so confused as well. Because it's just like it's either you're here or you're not here. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, but I mean, you can be loyal, but still want other guys to come to your city and your team, and I think that's the situation he's in. Before it was just like, yo, I'm loyal to Portland. I don't give a damn who I'm playing with, and I think now he's probably starting to realize that. All right, shit.
He's also not going to green light the organization to get rid of CJ McCollum. That's also been a problem historically. Like he said, I'm not going to be the one to do that. So it's just kind of like either you want to get better, if you want to really get better, CJ, you my dog, but you got to go. Or you want to be like,
that's tough.
You know,
that's tough. That's
what I said. CJ, you my dog. You got to go though. But I need Ben.
That's tough. No, you my man's, but we gotta.
And you want to try to max out to maybe potentially if everything hit its ultimate peak, maybe a 4th or 3rd seed, maybe. But it's just like it don't really do nothing.
But even then, to your point, and even then to your point. Even if Dame were to say that to CJ, even if whatever, hypothetical, and then you get Ben in return, let's just say it's Ben for CJ, to your point, does that really do anything?
Don't do
so
nothing.
So now you might have ruined the friendship. The hell with who? You might have ruined the friendship just to stay stagnant. Like that's just pointless.
And that's what they're doing. They're staying stagnant. It's like that's what they're doing.
And so many people thought it was a coaching problem. So many people thought it was, they got to get Terry Stotts the hell up out of there.
Chauncey Billups coming in.
Look, guys, I hate to break it to you, all right? But you ain't about to win shit without the right talent. Okay, guys? I don't know why people think otherwise. Like, schemes are important. X and O's are cool. But you know what really helps in this league? Talent. Get you some, and you might win some basketball games.
Yeah.
Ain't that hard. Like,
you got a much better chance of keeping CJ McCollum if you're trying to add Jeremy Grant or Pascal Siakam. Getting Ben Simmons is cute. That's about it.
It's exciting.
You're exciting.
It's exciting.
You maxing out as a 6 seed.
But you know what? I want them to be teammates though, because then it ends all types of excuses, right? It ends Ben's having a tough time in Philly. All right, well, you're in Portland now. You got a new opportunity. Whole other side of the country. And then for Dame, it's like, Dame could, definitely use some help. All right, well, you just got an all-star. So there shouldn't be any more reasons to say.
It ain't gonna stop the excuses because.
Well, I'm saying though, it should though. It should. Because what else can you say?
It ain't this because they're gonna say, Dame is likable. Yeah, but Ben Simmons just can't shoot a jump shot. He does everything well. It's just like Ben Simmons and Dame doesn't have the right pieces around them. They still need 2-3 other pieces. That's what I'm saying. It don't really matter. Either way, it don't really matter.
But in that case, though, now you're saying things that we already knew, right?
Yeah.
Ben Simmons can't shoot. All right, that's not the hell. That's been the case.
No, I'm saying that's what people are going to be saying for excuses. I'm not saying,
I know what you mean. But my thing is, though, if something new happens, now we can start thinking to ourselves, oh, shit, this might actually work. All the things that they've been complaining about, Ben's, trouble in Philly, Dame being stuck out there in Portland, we might think to ourselves, all right, shit, I get it. But now that y'all on the same damn team, what else can people say? Like, at this point, you just have to prove now that there ain't no excuses. You can't say nothing else. Go out there and win some basketball games. Hopefully, that can happen. But
it just doesn't move the needle, bro. I'm not.
I get it.
I wouldn't be moved. I'll be more moved if Dame went to Denver and played with Jokic. Then I'll be moved. You know what I'm saying?
That definitely won't happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'll be moved. I'll be more moved if he goes and plays with Joel Embiid. Like that's what I'm saying. Dame.
So basically, we're telling Dame to go play with a post.
Dame
go play with a big.
Dame has to play with a player that's gonna maximize his skill set where. He's still not going to have to do all the work. He's still going to have to do all the work in Portland. You get rid of CJ McCollum, a guy that can go one of the most skilled, probably a top 5 skilled player in the league. That's CJ McCollum. You get rid of CJ, a guy that can get you 20 and 30 on some nights. And you add Ben Simmons, a guy where he's going to rebound, he's going to pass, he's going to assist. He's going to get you 14 to 16 points per night. But some nights he may struggle as well. And Dame still had to do all the scoring. Is that what you really want? You know what I'm saying? Unless we're going to see a totally, completely different Ben Simmons. We may. But like I've said about Ben Simmons, unless Ben Simmons is going to an organization where it's going to just, go 4 out, 1 out, and then like 4, basically like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I got you.
Having a point guard and then having them, the shooters and stuff like that. 4 out, 1 in, basically. It's just like,
But that's the thing too, because like Dame ain't no catch and shoot player. I mean, he can play off ball.
He can play off ball, yeah.
But I mean, if I got Damian Lillard on my team, I don't really want a 1 out for it or whatever in that type of situation. Like it's still Damian Lillard. It ain't like it's Clay. Like there's two different types of players.
That's what Ben Simmons needs. He needs to have a team built around like they built around Giannis. Like what the Toronto Raptors needs to do with Scotty Barnes. Like you have to have Ben having the ball, attacking north to south, having shooters on the corners and on the wings, and it's go time. That's what he needs. So it's just kind of like, that's why I say the Portland Trailblazers, you can get a phenomenal talent in Ben Simmons, but you may have to make the hard call. It makes more sense to make the hard call of saying, you know what, we're going to get rid of Dame because as much as we love Dame, we can just get a U-Haul back. And it's just like that's the hard call. That's the hard call, hard situation. But that's kind of like what it'll be the best thing for both parties. They probably won't do it because it's so much loyalty and so much, pride and stuff that both have, and they love each other. Dame loves Portland. The Portland Trailblazers love Dame, but a breakup needs to happen between those two. It's like you keep trying to do things like, oh, we need more help. Yeah, it's not it. Ben Simmons coming, it doesn't do anything. It's not it. It's sad, but it's just the truth, man.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm just trying to think of, in terms
Carl
of
Anthony Towns.
That was random and loud. Why are you saying Carl Anthony Towns? What's up with him?
Carl Anthony Towns is a player that I would be more intrigued of the Portland Trailblazers going after.
Well, of course. What the hell? What?
No, I'm just saying because that's a player. I'm just saying that's a player that may be, depending on how the season ends, may be in trade talks because he's getting fed up with the Minnesota Timberwolves and stuff like that. So maybe you just wait it out.
I hope not.
Just wait
because
it out.
For a couple of reasons. One, that clock is ticking like crazy for Dame. And two, I like what the Timberwolves have right now. Like I like their young core, their young trio.
They got to get to the playoffs this year, though.
Of course.
Carl is,
Of course.
Is it free agent? Free agent is approaching soon, right?
Hey, man. Hopefully.
Unrestricted free agency? Like
what's more likely to happen, though? I'm not going to ask that scenario because it's just not going to happen. I was going to say Devin Booker to the Timberwolves or Cat to the Suns. I don't know. I just want to see, D'Lo, Cat, and Book all on the same team. But I think we're way past that now, especially to see what the Suns are doing. So it was a good while it lasted. But still, I mean, either way, if the Trailblazers can somehow get Cat, sure, of course, you do that in a heartbeat. Cat and Dame. Now, they definitely, talking about the Trailblazers, they definitely would have to give up CJ McCollum in that situation. No doubt about it. The Ben Simmons thing, all right, maybe, you know what I'm saying, might want to finesse, get some picks. No. Cat, no. Slide.
I am not moved. It's crazy. We've been talking about Dame. It's like Ben Simmons.
Dame,
I'm not moved.
Yeah, if there's ever a time though where we give them an episode, it's now. I don't even, the news coming out and everything. So,
how old is Dame? Dame's 32, right?
Woo! That clock.
It's not even.
Run
it's not
from
even
the grind, my brother. Run from the grind.
That's what I'm saying. You're looking at the Portland Trailblazers. You got a lot of invested in Damian Lillard. He's 31. I think he's 31 years old. You got a lot invested. Got a lot of money invested in Dame. It's just kind of like, look, man.
We love you. We want you to thrive, brother.
Ben Simmons is 25 years old. Drew Holiday. I like Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday went for 4, basically like 2 plus 2, like 2 additional first. He had like 4 picks that was in that trade.
But
you know what I'm saying? Dame getting 4 first-round picks. Like you get 4 first-round picks, and I'm not even like a pick guy because you never know how those picks are going to turn out. And with the Portland Trailblazers, passing up Michael Jordan, passing up Kevin Durant, that may not be the best idea. So maybe they need to get Ben Simmons because damn, they already passed up the GOAT. They already passed up another top 10, probably going to be a top 5 player of all time when he retires, and Kevin Durant. So maybe getting picks and trying to trade Dame, maybe it's like, damn, we don't really have that greatest success of draft picks. So maybe we do need to keep Damian Lillard and kind of get Ben Simmons.
Wasn't he supposed to be a net though? Like Dame, wasn't supposed to be there. So I mean, I don't know. Their draft history is a little wacky. But
Portland's had some terrible luck. They got Greg Oden, who was going to be was extremely talented. Injury history. They had Brandon Roy. Injuries failed them. It's just like they didn't get Michael Jordan. Did they pass up Hakeem too?
No. They didn't. He went Uno. But
okay.
They got LA though. They got LaMarcus. Those are exciting times when, that'd have been crazy as hell if they'd have passed up Hakeem too though. But who knows if they had a number? Who knows if they would have had like the number 1 pick or whatever? They probably that would be crazy. Pass up Hakeem and Mike.
They pass up. I mean, they passed up Jordan and Kevin Durant. That's even worse. Yeah,
no, it is. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know, bro. I mean, when people talk about that situation, it's like at the time, the Mike one is like, all right, you were wilding, but at the time, bro, even though Kevin Durant was definitely like that, and hindsight is 2020, they definitely probably should have took KD. Greg Oden was like literally a man child, bro. Like,
Yeah, he was.
he was like, yo,
He was like,
how old are you? What the hell?
Yeah, check his birth certificate. Yeah, he was crazy.
It's like,
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah, he was. Again, obviously KD is KD, but at
still,
the time, bro, KD was.
People,
Greg
gonna talk
Oden
about
was
this.
a wild
Yeah.
man.
people
Like-
still gonna talk about it. So it's just like, damn.
He was like,
I feel bad. I mean, the Blazers are a poverty franchise, to be honest.
I would not get that far. They make the playoffs. They've definitely held on to a superstar as long as they can, which is a good thing. But poverty, see, you just can't throw around the word poverty that loosely.
They do make the playoffs. They do
Yeah,
make the playoffs.
they made the playoffs.
Because of Dame sweat, blood, and tears every season. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he done has some game winners and in the playoffs and whatnot that sent OKC home, that done sent the Rockets home. He done had some moments.
Yeah,
so I can't call them poverty.
Okay,
we got to draw the line somewhere. I know you like your poverty franchise, but yeah.
I'm sorry, Blazers.
Yeah.
Blazer fans.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, I mean, that's about it for the six. I mean, who else? I guess we could talk about it a little bit.
What?
If Ben Simmons doesn't go to Portland, or who knows what the hell's going to happen with Ben Simmons, when do the Brooklyn Nets get fed up?
With
Kyrie.
When do the Brooklyn Nets get fed up? To be honest with you, they should. I hate having to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. They probably should have been fed up, to be honest. But fed up and using it as an excuse are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would be a little upset, but again, I understand it, because at this point, again, it is personal reasons. But like, dog, like I know you see us playing without you. I know, you probably realize that we could use your help. But at the same time, it's like, he is a human being. He is a man that, is aware of his decisions. And I don't think he's taking it lightly. But at the same time, it's like, it would be nice to, if you could, if you're trying to hoop with us, that'd be kind of cool. But
I only said that because there's been rumors that they're looking to trade him. And that's the only reason why.
I don't know how. It makes sense. I mean, I'm not saying necessarily I agree with it, but like you have Kyrie on your team to play basketball, right? Like this is a business. They're a company, and they, they want Kyrie on their team to hoop. And if he's not hooping, regardless of what he's capable of, it doesn't matter if he's not doing it. So I wouldn't trade Kyrie just because of how good they already are. This isn't a team that like I would say needs him right now, but come playoff time, if the rules change or he does decide to get vaccinated or whatever, he would definitely be a huge help to that team. But they're not in an emergency situation where it's like, all right, we got to get guys that can help us right now.
They're still the number one seed in the East.
That's what I'm saying. This isn't a panic mode. This isn't
they're still
a time where I'm like, all right, Kyrie, if you don't mind lacing up. But at the same time, you realize that the chemistry is going to be needed once you hit the playoffs. And as good as he is, this isn't going to be a situation where you just say, all right, let's hoop now. Go out there and score 40. Like, you still have to go through the reigning champs. So,
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. The only reason I brought up that situation because of those reports, but I also brought it up because we're talking about Ben Simmons. What if the Philadelphia Sixers...
Go ahead.
Yeah, but what if they do Ben Simmons for Kyrie straight up?
Well, that's the one I don't. No, I'm not doing that. Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
If you're the Brooklyn Nets, you turn that
absolutely,
down?
in a heartbeat. And I laugh. I laugh because one, it's funny when we talk about that doesn't really do anything with the Dame trade. You would talk about shit that doesn't really matter. That is a trade that doesn't really matter. You got two guys that aren't playing. Like you got all right. Let's trade the guy that's sitting out for the other guy that's sitting out, and let's see how that works out. Well, what the hell? Like, both
will play.
Well, I'm saying though, it ain't. Yeah. All right, either way, if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm saying no. I'm not. Would I say hell no? No, yeah, I would say hell no. This is still Kyrie Irving. And when we talk about playoffs, okay, you got literally one of the greatest playoff performers in the league, and one of the, I'll just leave it at that. But you got one of the greatest, playoff performers in the league. I'm not giving that up. Like, just no.
Well, I asked that because I agree, but I just know how. The only reason why I said when should the Brooklyn Nets, how long should they be fed up with Kyrie? The reason why I said that because I know how organizations are. It ain't the players. I know, of course, your players want you to. It was people feeling a certain way about him just playing away games, and of course, like for your chemistry and as a group and camaraderie, you want your players together. So you want to have your guys in the locker room battling on a night in, night basis, and it's just kind of like players are gonna be like, yo, I'm playing home games, I'm playing away games. He's only with us on away games. That could be a very dicey situation for chemistry. So I understand why they made that move, but at the same time, it's just kind of like organization. It's gonna come down probably to some point where like Kevin Durant, that's Kyrie's boy, where organization is gonna be like, you know what, Kevin Durant, we got you signed for 5 years. You re-upped a contract extension. Kyrie Irving is not playing. It's like it's gonna be some point where it's just like you don't want to piss off your superstar, but you know how these organizations are. They're all about money. They're all about like, yo, what is bringing us in the most money? What is going to give us the best chance to win a championship? And it's just like, if you don't have Kyrie Irving, he's not playing games for you. They're going to be thinking like, yo, we may have to get rid of him eventually. I hope they don't, but it's just kind of like, that's how organizations play ball. And you know that.
But yeah, I hope they don't either. But I mean, this is a situation where it's like, yo, if you're not doing your job or you're not doing the thing that we're paying you to do, then what overall value is being provided here? And I love Kyrie. I like from a basketball perspective, I don't think they should trade him at all. But like, I'd rather like have a guy who can literally score me 5 points a game than a guy who can't play at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's now it's just a numbers game. Now I don't think they should trade him. I would still say hell no again because of the timing of it, right? Yeah. Like we're still months away from the playoffs, and even though it's going to take some chemistry and some buildup, it's still Kyrie Irving, it's still James Harden, it's still Kevin Durant, all on the same team. So this is a very, very unique situation. This is on paper the most talented offensive lineup ever. Like, and there's no denying that in terms of isolation scores, in terms of guys where you can say like, yo, here's a basketball, go put it in the hoop. It ain't a question. But I think at the same time, though, you have to, whether it's a sit down with Kyrie, whether it's, just thinking about the overall long-term plans of the team as a whole, because at some point, as much as players, whether it be, anyone on the Nets, you're going to start thinking to yourself like, all right, how long is too long? Right? And to your credit, it's like, you love him as a brother, as a teammate, but it's like, we could use you. And again, they're still the number one seed in the East. So I don't think that time is happening now. And it may not ever happen. But like,
the only reason why people are really having these, if James Harden was playing like the James Harden last year with the Brooklyn Nets, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
At all.
But that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are having these conversations and stuff like that, because of the way James Harden's been kind of up and down all season. I know he's coming off an injury. I know I know he came in with the expectations of having Kyrie playing alongside him, which he didn't come in with the expectations of, yo, I got to score. He came in with the expectations of what he did last year, playing the point guard position for the Brooklyn Nets. That's what he was kind of brought in to do alongside Kyrie and Kevin Durant. But it's going to be interesting. I don't think they should trade Kyrie Irving. I support Kyrie and his decision. Like you said, he's a man at the end of the day. He's his own individual. That's a personal decision. I don't like the rule itself. I think it's just like, I don't like how unvaccinated players can come to the city of New York and they can play in the same arena, but Kyrie, because it's a statewide issue, can't play because he's not vaccinated. It just, it doesn't really make sense. But at the same time, like you said, at some point, how long is too long? So it's going to be interesting.
I tell you what, though, if Kyrie does get traded to a different team and then he comes back to Barclays and straight up cooks the Nets, hey, I ain't going to be mad at it. Y'all want to trade me? All right, cool. Come hold this 40-piece. Come hold this 40-piece. You want to sit here and forget who the hell I am? All right, no problem. Don't worry about it. Who's guarding me? Fool. I hope that happens.
No.
But,
That's my boy, but we'll see what happens. Got a cap or no cap?
Nah, it's your turn, man. Unless you want me to.
I did last week. Collin Sexton. Yeah.
You did do Collin Sexton. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
and we starting the show with talking about the Cavs again. This
Yeah, no, I had to react because it was
Of
I
course.
thought about Collin for BI and stuff. All right. So I gotta do cap or no cap. All right, I'm wearing UConn attire, so let me think of a UConn alum I want to get active with. Damn, only real one I can do is Kemba.
Yeah, cap or no cap. Should Kemba Walker went out of New York?
Nah. Cap or no cap, should Kemba went out of New York. No, he's from there. I mean, it's still the Knicks. It's still a historic franchise, so he probably should stay and win a chip for his city. Or try to win a chip for win a championship for a city. I said try to win a championship for a city.
What? Only the highlight of the New York Knicks season is going to be Bing Bong. That's the highlight of that poverty franchise. For the entire season, it's going to be Bing Bong. That's what this season is going to be remembered for the New York Knicks. Such a disgrace what's going on in that franchise. Oh my gosh! My goodness!
It's a disgrace.
Oh my goodness! They got Kemba Walker. They lose it as soon as Kemba Walker's not going to be in a rotation. Then they have 2 back-to-back close games, and your best clutch players on the bench. What the hell are we doing? Your best clutch players on the bench. What the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Your best clutch. Oh, yeah, Kemba Walker's not going to be in a rotation. Then you have 2 close games back to back, and when you need a bucket, and you need your most clutch player to come through and put the ball in his hands, and he's on the bench in his sweatsuits.
His sweatsuits. Shout out to League Fits, man. Shout out to League Fits. Let's go. Cap or no cap? Anthony Edwards will be a top 10 player in this league 3 years from now.
No cap. Not only will Anthony Edwards be a top 10 player in the league in 3 years. Anthony Edwards one day will be the best player in the world in the National Basketball Association. That's how good he is. He has that it factor. Extremely athletic, scored 3 levels, handle, jump shot. He's serious, bro. Anthony Edwards will be the best player. He just has it. He will be the best player in the league someday. I really believe that. And I really, really believe that, Theus. I really believe that. He's that talented. He's special. I don't think people understand like how special this brother is. There you go. So definitely.
Shout out to Josh Smith who mentioned that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Atlanta. But by saying that,
super hooper. That's what he is. Extremely athletic, uber athleticism, and also has a pureness to his game. Jump shot, handle ability, create off the dribble. Super hooper. He's a rare breed. Rare breed. Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant. Super hoopers. All cut from that same cloth. Extremely athletic, extremely skilled. He's a part of that group.
That's funny. Someone mentioned to me the other day, but with the Anthony Edwards and Michael Jordan comparison, and not saying that you're saying that. I hope you're not saying that, but it's just crazy to me, just to kind of think of them being mentioned in the same sentence. Now, I think that with Anthony Edwards and his situation, I think it would help if it gets confirmed that he's the number 1 option. I think that's what really has the option.
It's confirmed this year.
Well,
it ain't.
Yeah.
It's unspoken.
Confirmed.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you for the beginning of the year? I said after this season, Anthony Edwards was going to be the number 1 option for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's an unspoken rule right now, probably in the Minnesota Timberwolves locker room. Like, we got Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns is he's been here a while.
No, that's what I'm saying. It needs to be loud.
But it's Anthony Edwards is the best player on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm here with it.
Man said, I'm here.
He's the best player on the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's his team. He's the number 1 option.
Wow, that's a dicey question. Shit. Cap or no cap, is Anthony Edwards the best player on his team?
I like you can switch it. You can switch it. Where you top 10 player in 3 years. Is he the best player? It's all no cap. He's the best player in the Minnesota Timberwolves. He would be the best player in the NBA someday. I really believe that. He has that it factor, man. He has that it factor. Like I said, super hooper. These are guys that are like extremely athletic, but extremely skilled. These are rare breeds. Like, look at Zach LaVine. Uber athletic, but extremely skilled. Like, these guys are very, very rare. it's a rare situation where you have guys that are this gifted athletically, but their game is so damn smooth and skilled. Like, it doesn't happen that often. That's why I say Michael Jordan. That's why I say Kobe Bryant. I look at Zach LaVine. Like, when you have that combination, it's very, very, very scary from a talent perspective. It's just like and he can guard. You know what I'm saying? He can guard a little bit. Like, he's showing it's like he can play defense as well. Like, he wants to be a good defender in this league. Like, he's here. Anthony Edwards is here.
And when you think about some of the previous Finals MVPs, they've been wings. I mean, Giannis, whatever position you want to consider him as, obviously power forward, but for the most part, it's been guys that can handle the basketball on the perimeter a little bit. So I know, we talk often about LaMelo, but I think he's more in that point guard type of role and definition. But Anthony Edwards being on the perimeter as a wing, we've seen with guys like KD and Bron, and I know LeBron the do for situation, but either way, it's been guys that, can catch the ball, on the perimeter and go to work. And Anthony Edwards can definitely do that. So he's definitely here now. We'll see if he can make an all-star game within the next 3 years.
It's crazy because it's just like Donovan, and before we go, Donovan Mitchell is also super hooper, super athletic, extremely skilled. But it's just like, it's crazy what a 2 to 3 difference for height does to a player. It's crazy. Like, it's just like, what if Donovan Mitchell was like two more inches? You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be like, we'll be looking at him like, yo, Donovan Mitchell can be probably the best player in the league someday. Like, it's crazy that difference just 2-3 more inches does. It's just like, looking at Anthony Edwards is just like, yo, he's 6'5". He's a man child. Came in the league. He was the most NBA ready prospect. Came in the league. Yo, he's here. And it's just kind of like the way he dunking on cats with force. The way he stepped back, handle.
That dunk that didn't count. I forgot who was on or who they played, but that shit was scary.
Bro, it's like he ain't got no.
Bro,
how you?
Guys got to stop drawing charges. That's really what the hell it is. At this point, come on, man.
It was Gabe Vincent.
At this point, man, just get the hell out the way. All that sacrifice. I'm trying to get charged. I'm trying to win. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Posters are forever. Okay. Just remember that. Okay. Wouldn't be me. Yeah. Clear the lane. Clear the lane. That's 2 points.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
He's special. That was easy, no cap.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Because I know your mans who mentioned the shade thing, and I'm not saying Shade and Anthony are on the same level. But like when you think about top 10, even if it is 3 years from now, because like we mentioned before, Dame, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying top 10, 25 and under. I'm saying top 10. So Trey, Luka, Jason, Spider, they still Zion, B.I. And then that's not even including the guys that's coming to the league.
Yeah, that's fine. But let me tell you something. In 3 years, Anthony Edwards going to be some of those guys you mentioned. Anthony Edwards going to be over them. And these are some of my favorites. But it's just like, it's going to be hard to deny. It's going to be hard to ignore. It's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. May make people uncomfortable with what I'm saying right now. But it's just like, it's the truth. Like, Anthony Edwards is coming. Like, he's coming fast. Like, he's so rare, bro. I can't even explain it. Like, he's that different, bro. It's almost scary. It's like it's like a once in a, like, he's a one of a kind, like, type of talent. Like I said, super hooper. Like, when you look, like, even LeBron James, athleticism is off the charts. But LeBron James is just like, he wasn't as skilled as a Kobe or Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But he's still a one of a kind player because we've never seen LeBron James before, ever. But it's just like, you're a different type of breed when you have this uber athleticism, but you also are very skilled, like T-Mac. You know how athletic T-Mac was? You also know how skilled he was. It's like, certain guys just like, damn, like, imagine if they had both. You get a Michael Jordan, you get a Kobe, and you get a Tracy McGrady. Imagine if Kevin Durant had uber athleticism.
Well, that Imagine game is always fun because I tell you right now.
But it's just like, man, like, imagine if Giannis Antetokounmpo. Look at his resume right now. Happy birthday to Giannis. Shout out Giannis as well. He's 27 on the day that's recording. But like, Imagine if Giannis ever gets a consistent jumper. We may be talking GOAT level conversation someday.
You don't want to have that conversation, but I
don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to have that conversation because it ain't gonna happen. But I'm just saying, like, it'll be like, damn.
I haven't finished.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you don't want to have that conversation if Giannis goes out and win it this year. Because look, I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. Tell you something right now. You know what? I'm gonna say it for another episode. That's a whole.
Brooklyn's in the house. Boy, Kevin Durant, James Harden. No. Chicago Bulls in the house.
This nigga be ruining his ass off for anybody but the damn Bucks to win.
Miami Heat in the house.
All right.
I'm telling you, bro. It's
all right.
I like the Bucks. I like Giannis and what they're doing, but it's not this year.
Hey, man. Hey, we gonna see. It's a long season.
I saw. Yeah, it's a long season. I saw Miami. You know, hey,
I need to go to Miami again. We gotta. I gotta do it.
I've never been to Miami. So,
you never been to Miami?
It's crazy. Never.
All right, that should be our first live recording. Matter of fact, no, it gotta be at MSG. Make sure people know. Hey guys, it's him. I support you all. Oh, this guy, I don't know about Ahmad.
I'm coming in there with a poverty franchise shirt.
I'm coming in there with a Trae Young tee.
Especially made for New York fans.
Go New York, go, man. But all right, y'all. Be out. Peace.
It's your boy, Ahmad K. Smith, also known as A-Kiss. Make sure you guys go follow No Pump Fakes wherever you get your podcasts.